Reviews coming at you with another video for my channel. Today we have a good one. We're going to be talking about the Pop Skin vinyl kit along with a Razer vinyl kit for your Steam Deck. You can put vinyl, change the look of your Steam Deck, which is kind of what I was going for. And so I'm going to talk about these two, give you the prices, give you where I found them, give you the tips and tricks on how to get it done, tell you where I messed up, and give you a couple tools that you might want around when you're getting it done as well. So we're going to get into a lot in this video. I'm actually going to show you a time lapse video as well in the corner, so you can go ahead and see how I was getting it done, and show you the final product as well. So we got a lot to get into. I just want to let you know, if you are tuned into DJ Martini Midwest Reviews, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and share. Those are the biggest things you can do if you want to help me out, or if you think this content is good in any way. Please give me a like, subscribe, or share. Really trying to grow my channel. I have membership, I have super thanks, I got it all going on, but I need to continue to grow with subscribers, so please subscribe. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into it though without further ado, and we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, I'm gonna start playing that video in the corner so you can see how I started putting this on. But while I'm talking, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I picked up as well. So I'm going to show you the big kit from the Razer Skin company right here. Razer, Razer, they make all kinds of cool things. I didn't know that they actually made skins for different devices. You can get them for Steam Decks, GPDs, 1X players, all kinds of handheld gaming devices they have skins for. So it's very, very cool. This is the one that I picked up. I picked up the Steam Deck Geometric Mercury, and that's where I picked up. It actually looks pretty cool in my opinion. I'll give you the final look here in a second, but nice little kit, came from Amazon. Was loaded in this nice cardboard here folder almost, and you were able to get the skins out. Now I've already done this, so the skins are out, but you can see this is kind of what it looked like right here. That grayish look with like different lights and darks. Very, very cool. But I didn't use these because I actually picked up another skin because I wanted a kind of a carbon effect. So I did a dual setting here, but you can see how nicely they were cut. It is using 3M skin, which is very cool. This is, let's see, it says it's Series 2080 if you're familiar with that, but very, very nice vinyl 3M skin, and it worked really well and reacted the way I thought most vinyl works. I have done some vinyl work in my past, and it reacted just the way I thought it would. So very, very cool. So then the other kit that I picked up, and that one was $35 on Amazon, 4 stars. So we'll talk about it. And then this one's from Pop Skin. Like I said, Pop Skin came in a nice little pack with nice little plastic to make sure it doesn't bend. And this, I've already got it done, but yes, it came in, just this is all it needed. But basically it had the grips, it had, and then the pads and the buttons on the back, and that's it. That's really all I wanted for a little look on there. This kit did come with some cleaning wipes, so you can wipe down your item there from your fingertips to make sure that it adheres very nicely. It also came with a little card, so you go straight to a video and you can start watching how to install. And it actually came with a cleaning wipe too. Yes, right here, a nice cleaning cloth for that screen as well. It was $15, and it's for the Steam Deck. It does say it's UV dirt and scratch protection. It does require you to have a knife or tweezers. We'll talk about that, and possibly a hair dryer to warm up that vinyl a little bit. If you've done vinyl work in the past, sometimes you got to heat it up so it smooths out. And then it says it's pro and easy to use. So let's go into it. So then the Razer said that it is a custom design, which it was. It looks very, very nice, easy to remove and apply. You can apply it without tools or heat. We're going to talk about that. And then it says it's precision cut, which it really was, and it has 8 designs. So it has a bunch of different designs that I'll flick through here for you here in a second. Yeah, and then we'll talk about cons and pros in the end, but a couple tools that you're going to need for sure is this thing saved my life, but it's for vinyl work, and you could probably find it, or you could just use like a little credit card or something like that, but it's very fine tip. But this has like a little piece of felt on it or a little piece of material on it just to smooth. And you can buy little vinyl kits on Amazon. I'll try to find one that has something like this. But yeah, it really worked really good because these are pretty small little pieces. And I've done bigger things like controllers and stuff, which are a lot easier, but getting in between the little buttons and everything, it was a little bit hard to do. So you can also get, like bigger ones like this for like, vinyl work or window tinting, which I have some items like this, but this one works a little bit better with the felt material, so it's not as abrasive. Also, I would say, just in case, a really sharp, knife kit would be nice to have around, even if it's, something cheap that you bought wherever, Harbor Freight, Amazon. Yeah, it'll still work and get the job done, just in case you have to cut something on the fly that doesn't quite fit perfectly. And I'll show you some issues that I had. Let's take a look at the final product here. We got the Steam Deck here, and I think it did come out really, really good. You got the different designs on here. I think we went on really good. I liked the carbon look, like I said, the carbon fiber look, and that's why I didn't want it to be all gray everywhere. So I think it pops a little bit with the carbon fiber in there. You can see these are the buttons that came with the Pop Skin Kit. Also, the grips came with the Pop Skin Kit, which wasn't too bad. It actually came and it was nicely cut, so that was nice. That way it would kind of go together without, and that's, like I said, I really didn't need any heat for this kit. The Pop Skin Kit, it was well cut and designed to kind of flow, and they knew where it was going to kind of wrinkle, and so it was cut pretty good actually. But I like the carbon pops. I think it makes the gray pop, and so I like the combination of them both together. And like I said, so for around $50 you could do this. It was a little bit more, but like I said, I don't mind it because I think it came out really, really good. Now, the problems that I did have is like on the Razer kit, it is good vinyl. It reacts to heat well, but they said that you don't need heat. You don't need heat. It's going to go on very well. You don't need heat. You don't need tools. There's no way I would have got this on without heat, even with just having a blow dryer or something, because it didn't want to like, especially on the creases here, it did not want to fold down very well. Around the buttons a little bit too. All the corners, most of them did not go down very well without heat. And so even just a hair dryer would be great. Make sure that when you're using a hair dryer, you kind of keep a little distance, just warm it up. You don't have to be right on it, or you might overheat it and then it'll stretch a little bit, which happened to me. I wasn't using a hair dryer. I have a heat gun, and I probably should use the hair dryer instead. I wouldn't probably have the issue, but I just overheated it a little bit right on this corner right here, and so I had to cut it and lay it back down because it was overstretched. And so you can see it, but it's not a huge thing to me. I'm okay with it. And then I also messed up by a button over here. Like I said, if you're just looking at it from here, you can't really see it, but if I get close, you can see right here, I messed up on a button right there because the material stretched a little too much and it kept hitting the A button and it was actually sticking to it. So I had to cut it down, and then, but everything works now fine. But yeah, so you can have some issues, but you definitely need some heat to get everything to apply it nicely. You might have to stretch things a little bit. Don't overstretch. Take your time. But yeah, it took me about 45 minutes to get this done. So, but I think it came out good. Let me know what you guys think. We're gonna take a final quick look at it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give you my pros and cons. All right, now we're gonna do some pros and cons, but before I get into that, I will just say, do this project at your own risk. I'm just giving you the way I did it with my thoughts and opinions, but you gotta be careful. This could be, a loss of money if you lose $35 because you mess up, those types of things. I'm gonna try to give you some tips and tricks, but you gotta do this at your own skill level, your own risk, and just know that You can mess up. Vinyl's sometimes not forgiving, but I'm just showing you my opinions and thoughts on how to get it done. So do this at your own risk and own Skrilla, and be careful if you're using those X-Acto knives. They're really sharp, so be careful with those as well, not to nick yourself or something like that, or anything even worse. So I'm not responsible for anything that you do. I'm just telling you how I did it and how I got the job done. All right, my little warning. Going back to pros. Pros, we're going to start on the Razer Skins. This is a good kit. It has a really cool vinyl. It's really well cut. It fits really well on the Steam Deck, and the designs are really fantastic. So it meets all the great criteria, and the price point's pretty decent at $35 in my opinion. There's some of them that it's the same kit, but it's even cheaper. So I would, if you really want to change the look of your Steam Deck and you don't mind the design as much, there's some really cool designs, and they're super cheap right now if you want to take a look at them on Amazon. So very, very cool kit. The only con that I have is in the instructions it says, or in the Amazon description, it said does not need tools, does not need heat. Absolutely not. I do disagree 100% on that. I needed heat and I needed tools to get this job, because that's something like, especially like down here, these are so skinny of lines that they just wouldn't fold down very, very well. And especially wrapping it around the sides, they didn't want to lay down very well, and you needed a little heat just to get that vinyl to lay down properly. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you how to get those to lay down real quick in a second, but let's go into the pros and cons on the Pro Skin. This kit is a little bit more forgiving, so I think any novice, in my opinion, can get this done. It's $15, but it's more like a sticker. These are more, it's a lot thinner. It's on Avery paper here, so it's more like a sticker in my opinion. Not super quality vinyl, but still good for the $15 you're getting it, because it's very well cut and it fits very well, and they cut it so well to lay down on those grips very well. For $15, I think a novice kit, and it's more like a sticker, so it's a lot more forgiving. I didn't use heat, and I didn't use any tools to lay down this kit, besides my custom little thing that I did by putting the carbon fiber in the joysticks. But other than that, that was my own little project, but I really didn't do, it was really easy. So this kit came with alcohol wipes too, to clean off the device, to get that oil off there so it lays down right, and came with a little cleaning cloth too. So got a couple little extras for $15. I think that's a really good value and a lot easier to do than the other kit. It definitely takes a little bit more skill in my opinion, but still possible for somebody to do if you take your time. Take it easy, take your time, and just lay down things slowly. It is forgiving to peel up a little bit, but don't try not to stretch it. Just lightly peel it and then reapply it. The hardest parts, like I said, was the corners, bending these corners to go down right, the tops, the bottoms to bend. And like I said, what you want to do is, if you're using heat, use a hair dryer. Don't use a heat gun. I'm going to tell you not to do that. I did it just because that's what's available for me quickly, and I've used it a few times on other projects and it worked well for me, but it can get too hot and you can end up overheating that vinyl, and it's going to stretch too much on you. So use a hair dryer. It's a little bit more forgiving, but you still can overheat the vinyl. So you got to stay, I always stay about 10 to 12 inches away, and I fan it. I don't concentrate heat on one spot. I fan it, turn it off, put it down, and then I try to apply the corner with whatever tool or my finger or whatever I'm using. And if it doesn't go down, then you hit it with a little bit more heat, fan it. And you repeat that process until you heat it up enough to lay it down perfectly. And it will lay down perfectly. You can see how all these edges laid down very, very nicely. And sometimes I would get a little crease or a little bubble, but if you just put that heat on it, I'm showing it close, but 10 to 12 inches away, fan it, lay it down, and then repeat the process if you have any other places. You don't need to use heat on everything, just on the places that you might have a little crease or something that doesn't want to go down right. And so that's my biggest tip to try to help some people when you're using the hair dryer, okay? And like I said, I know you saw me use a heat gun, Probably don't do it unless you've used the heat gun before to lay down vinyl, then you do you. But a hair dryer is a lot more forgiving, as long as you, like I said, it's 10 to 12 inches weight, fan, put some heat on it, turn it off, set it down, try to apply, fan, repeat the process, having creases and stuff until finally you will heat it up enough that it'll fall down, it'll go down and be a nice seam for you. So that's my little tip on how to use a hair dryer for laying down those edges. So other than that, guys, I think that's it. I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. You guys let me know what you guys think. Would you try something like this? Would you want to change the look of your Steam Deck or other gaming device? And you guys let me know what you guys think, and I can't wait to see you guys on my next video or tutorial. So please like, subscribe, share if this was helpful in any way. And once again, like I said, I'll see you later, but hopefully see you soon.